And welcome back. This is Crypto Hulk Part 2. So now we just got done with the open show. Now we're doing strictly members only. Yes, it's August 24th, is it? Yeah. And I'm so glad I found you, Crypto Hulk. I'm sick of people saying I'm crazy. Was beginning to think I was. Thanks to you and the rest of the crew, I feel at home. Well, I just have a reality based show. I discuss events that are actually occurring in the world. And I'm just going over news that's happening all around the world. So there's nothing crazy about it. It's just the facts. JP, is it J Pizzle? So let me go over the Rico Force 44 is back. The disclaimer on the show: I'm not a lawyer, not a crypto advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. Let's see. Everything I say on the show is a lie. Don't believe a word that I tell you. If I tell you to do something, don't do it. Always do what's legal. Always pay more than your fair share in taxes because the bums need the money. Okay. Now, let's see. ECXRP says hi again. Taxes, yay. All right, let's get into crypto cats here again. Uddy to Earth. Uddy to Earth. Jorge. Jorge. I saw Kinetic in there. Brett Martin showed up early. Deadbolt Head. Deadbolt Head. Armor of God showed up, but will have to watch the rerun. Raymond Lindsay is here. Like always, Judge Sangha. Oh my God, he made it. Usually sleeping by now, as it's 1 a.m. Hulk will catch the rerun tomorrow, as always do. Been here 2 years, and it's been a pleasure. It's going to be a pleasure when all you guys are rich. All right, that's my goal. We're not here to sit around and fuck around and waste time. We're investing in our future. We're understanding where are we, where have we come from with crypto in the past 7, 8 years. Where are we now, and where are we going? That's what the channel provides. It provides clarity for you to know you're in the right space, you're at the right channel. I'm watching everything play out, and then I report that to you. So you don't have to spend, I literally will spend today 3 hours finding news. Okay. It's a lot of fucking time. And then I pick out, like 6 or 7 articles that show the most on what's going on. So it just, I know my shows are long, but they actually save you time because you'd have to spend at least 2 to 3 hours finding all the articles that I do. Read this, okay, that's not important. Find this other article, relate the two. I mean, there's a lot of fucking shit that I got to do. Um, but it gives you an up to date information to where you can see every day what is going on and have no concerns or worries because I'll be out there looking at all kinds of stuff and then using my little intuition and my brain and my past working experience with criminals because all these people left and right, all these exchanges are shutting down. There's rug pulls, there's tons of criminals in this space. What better person who retired from working in law enforcement jobs most of his life? Now I'm on YouTube running a crypto show. It makes no sense to me, but that's how we go. Tether, speaking of criminals, now the title of this is Tether may be in violation of US sanctions on Tornado Cash. What we got going on here is something that's like a can of worms. And some of it has to do with free speech, government overreach. Okay. I'm not going to get into really a whole lot of this. Pat Toomey, the legislator, he's calling out, I think it's Janet Yellen, because Janet Yellen put a hit out on Tether and said that they're doing bad stuff or whatever it is. And so Circle decides to just not deal with Tether anymore because it's just a big mess. What you got going on is our government is kind of overstepping its boundaries, according to some people. They're making laws and doing things to people that you really can't do anything about, you know. Um, Tornado Cash is like what they call a mixer. See, look, here's one of the problems. We don't have crypto regulations. That's number. I mean, it just if you want to just start at square one, no country in the world has crypto regulations. Okay, now some of them might, but those won't fucking count because when the IMF, like I just read an article yesterday to you guys about how the IMF says we need global regulation. A country might have regulations. Those things are going to get thrown in the shit can. Okay, um, just listen to Crypto Hulk. Everything I say is a lie. No, but nobody has regulations that are going to stick. So some countries might have this or that. Hey, look, they're going to scrap that shit. We're going to have global regulations kick in, and those are going to be the rules. So whatever pre-existing rules are around in some countries or whatever, those are going to be gone. Just letting you know, okay? The IMF is running this shit, and they're going to determine what all these crypto rules will be. So you got Tornado Cash mixing up people's crypto to hide it so they can money launder. Okay, that's according to the government. I'm going to go through I got some notes here on this. The Tether story. Let me fold my paper. It's very high tech here at the crypto couch, where this is where the crypto crib is, right? Tether is the world's largest stable coin. The chief technology officer at Tether said that Tether has not been contacted by United States officials or law enforcement with a request to stop using Tornado Cash. From what I understand, Tether operates out of Hong Kong. They're not in the United States. So guess what? When American companies stop any kind of Tether transactions or try to punish Americans or whatever, the United States government can't tell Hong Kong what to do. See, here's the problem in America. Gary Gensler is one of them. He's the biggest problem we got. These American fucks that we call politicians think for some reason that they're running the whole world. Okay? They think that because if Janet Yellen or the United States makes a law, that's a global law. No, it's not. Gary, you call incorrectly XRP a security. The rest of the world does not. Okay? We're dealing with international laws and stuff. Our government has no say what happens at Tornado Cash. It's operating. See, the problem is they can't extradite anybody that deals with Tornado Cash because you have to go with the laws in Hong Kong. And if the laws in Hong Kong say it's legal, then guess what? It's legal. And if America has a fucking problem with it, then they just have to have a fucking problem with it. Okay, that's the problem right there. That's where this whole big Tornado Cash mess and Tether comes in. Because Tether's like, we are continuing to work with Tornado Cash because from what I understand, Tether's out of Hong Kong. So why the fuck are they going to listen to American laws? They don't have to. Okay? And Circle, okay, so Tether is saying we're going to continue to use Tornado Cash because nobody in law enforcement in America told us to stop. Notice how Circle just decided on their own to stop using Tornado Cash and to freeze people's accounts. That's illegal. Okay? Tornado Cash is a foreign company, so they don't have to follow American laws. Did you notice how all the exchanges, when Gary Gensler went after XRP, all the exchanges except like 3, and I'm talking around the world even, it's like all of them shut down XRP. There's no laws. Gary Gensler didn't stop. Have you noticed? What happened to Uphold? Nothing. And they're still selling it. What happened to KuCoin when they were selling XRP? Nothing. I think what Binance or BitTrue is selling XRP. Nothing's happened. Why hasn't anything happened to them? There's been no law. The SEC has made no law, okay? Because they can't. They can only come out with guidance. But they didn't order the SEC. Did the SEC give any of these exchanges in America a cease and desist order? No, the SEC did not. You guys understand all this? So what we got is a bunch of sheep, and I called this when it first happened. I don't know why all the lawyers for these exchanges told them to stop, because there was never an order of cease and desist. There's never even an order, period, to just stop. You see how sheep people are, even the lawyers? I don't care. These $1 million lawyers that make $1 million a year, they're fucking stupid, okay? So these exchanges stopped. I just want to know, the exchanges stopped because they don't know what they're doing. That's why they stopped, okay? See, I told you already. I've only been telling you for like 2 years. We have no crypto regulation in America. There's no definitions. There's nothing at all. So you can do what you want with crypto. Like, if you go to court, you'll be asking the judge, yeah, under what United States Code section did I violate buying XRP? I was just curious. Oh, I'll answer that for you, Judge. None, because we don't have any fucking laws. Case dismissed. Bye, bitch. I mean, that's what I would do, pretty much. You know, also, Ripple's going around the world right now, opening up exchanges. Let's say, in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, all around the world. What's Gary? Did Gary tell him to stop? Nope. Did the FBI tell XRP to stop? Nope. So we're in a court trial. We have no crypto laws in this country. The SEC is not sending out cease and desist letters. So why are we stopping all the exchanges? Why are all the exchanges not selling XRP? Like, I just want to know. Somebody help me out here, because maybe I'm not getting it. All right. Let's see what you guys think on that. Uphold was kind of quick fix when exchange stopped selling XRP. In a world full of sheep, be a wolf. Got that right. Sheeple are fascinating, says the ninth sage. Channel F is here. XRP Haas. Uphold is a British exchange, isn't it? I don't know. But you can be in the United States and buy it. See what I mean? None of this makes sense. That's why I have to make this show, to bring this stuff up, because I don't hear people talking about it. So I want to talk about it, you know? That's what I do on this show. I don't care if exchanges stop listing it. I'm going to buy it anyway, because we don't have any crypto laws. So why the fuck am I don't know. Am I buying a security? You know what? Get out of crypto and get off the fucking show, because I can't take people like that, okay? I've been saying this shit. No other person on YT has been talking anything about what I'm talking about. They just kind of go with it, you know. Ripple is no ordinary company because the government started it. That's why. I think there's a secret agency that actually started the company Ripple. We'll have to get into that at another date. Word up. AJ Smith is like, word up, Hulk. It's BS delays. Yeah, Fox Body Blue, no crypto laws. Okay, I'm selling XRP for $50,000. Who wants some? There's none. There's no laws, so whatever. What I highlighted here is, yeah, Tether is a Hong Kong-based company, so it doesn't have to follow United States law. So that's what's buzzing around with the Tether and all that crap going on. Now let's go over to Asia. Asia. Well, no, stop, hold up, hold the press. I'm going to go with Binance. Okay, I'm going to read off this article, and then we're going to go to the area of Malaysia and the Philippines because they've got a lot of big news going on over there. Definitely not in the United States. These people are fucking dumber than a bag of rocks. Unbelievable. It's just like all these, like, I never had no thing stuck in my shoulder, right? Because that shit ain't gonna happen. I'm not having some, gotta be careful what I'm gonna call it, but I'm not having some mix of bad cells and shit going in my body. Fuck no. That'll never happen to me. Binance calls XRP Ledger the first major blockchain to be certifiably carbon neutral. Why is this important? Because Binance is like the largest exchange, and everything now appears to be trying to go green. So Bitcoin's a failure because it's proof of work. It wastes tremendous electricity and resources. Blockchain here, I mean, Binance is showing how the XRP ledger is like the number one. I highlighted something here. What Binance is doing now is they're educating, they're really, really pushing the education thing. If you want to get people to buy crypto, they got to understand it. Binance knows this. I have notes. Yes, I do. I got notes on this article as well. I'm going to go with the notes first. Binance calls XRP Ledger first major blockchain be carbon neutral. Remember the 2030 report. I did a show on the 2030 report, and it was a global conference kind of a deal where they kind of roadmapped the world up to the year 2030. It's all about crypto adoption and everything. One of the things they said, in order to help reach the goals, they're going to have to educate people. This is what's occurring right now. It's from that 2030 report. The goal is to teach the tech, okay? That's how you get real world adoption from companies, businesses, people, and that kind of thing. I'm going to read a Philippine article here in a few minutes. Binance is in the Philippines teaching the Philippine government how to set up crypto regulations. Binance is doing some things, okay? You have to teach the tech. I have a feeling the Philippines won't be a first mover on this. They're going to be a little slow. It's a broke country. In the Philippines, 70% of the people do not have bank accounts. I spent 6 weeks living in the Philippines. Trust me, it's pretty broken down over there, okay? But they're going to be up and running, in 2-3 years, something like that. Some countries will be ready, bam, just like that. Now remember, the SWIFT system is going through a change with the ISOs and stuff, okay? There's going to be like a 2 to 3 year transition period, and then the old SWIFT system as we know it today is over. It's done. So some of these countries are going to right away start using XRP. Other ones are going to be a little slower. Some of these broke down countries like the Philippines and some places in Africa and stuff, and they're going to take a little more time to get there. Everyone's going to be allowed to trade, but it might be a thing where if you buy something from the Philippines, maybe it takes them, 3 days to get their money, or it takes you 3 days, whatever. But in some countries you trade with, bam, money's right there, done. So that's all. Everyone will still be able to keep doing what we're doing now, but as they transition. So what Binance is doing is on their site, they're teaching people, they're educating them because you got to get everyone to understand crypto. Education is the integral pillar to proliferating crypto and blockchain usage. Binance knows that by educating the millions of people around the world, that's how it proliferates, it grows. Crypto will grow, blockchain usage will grow if people know how it works, basically, and that kind of thing. Binance says with adoption, still in its infancy. So right now, Binance is saying we're early. That's why we're not rich, everybody. That's why the XRP is at 34 cents and not $10,000. Okay. Now, I've got people on my channel that are brand new and they're like, I'm glad XRP is 34 cents because they're buying it. Then I got other people like us where I've been here for 2.5 years. I'm ready to get rich. I'm tired of waiting. But here's the problem. Like Binance said, we are still in crypto infancy. We're all early to the party. So you know what? Be grateful that you know about all this ahead of everybody else that's clueless. People are clueless around the world. The world needs a consolidated, easy to use, and reliable source of knowledge like Binance to advance the understanding of cryptocurrency and to advance the understanding of distributed ledger technologies. With the Binance Academy, so it might be a place where some of you brand new people want to go. Sign up with Binance Exchange, and they have a learning section in there. We can learn a whole lot of stuff. With Binance Academy, our goal is to promote or to provide an entirely neutral platform with quality, unbiased educational information. Users can learn about everything to do with blockchain, security, economics. In addition, there's tutorials and guides in their preferred language. So Binance is really doing it big as far as trying to teach the world crypto. Now, if you remember, there was a guy named Brian Brooks. I think he used to be the chief technology officer at Binance. He was like a big shot at Binance. He left and went to the United States government to work at the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. That means he was in charge of all the banks in the United States. He was like the boss of all the banks. Brian Brooks, you should watch you should type in on YouTube Brian Brooks office of the OCC or whatever. This guy, he can take fintech shit and break it down so easy for people to understand. Now I know, I'll bet you Brian Brooks had something to do with that Binance Academy. Because when Brian Brooks talks, this guy is so fucking smart that he can make the most complicated subjects so easy for everybody to understand. I'm amazed when I listen to that guy. I used to listen to him when he was the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. I listened to him because he would just make so much sense. Crypto was so easy to manage and control. Ever since they got rid of him because Biden took office, Biden wanted his own people in there. He's got a bunch of fucking dummies in there now. Brian Brooks was the perfect person for this. I miss him being there. Our country needs Brian Brooks. That guy could be the one to design our crypto policy for the country, but no, they put these jackasses in there and they got it all kinds of fucked up right now. As you can see with Jay Clayton and Gary Gensler and all that. Damn shame. So that's the Binance education part. Let me check some comments and we'll get into another article. Gary, wait a second here. Wait a second here. Gary, kaboom, baby. Appreciate all your hard work. Looking forward to the show. Thanks for your donation. Yeah, you're going to be so educated. That's what the goal of this channel is, to educate you so you understand everything that's going on with crypto that's important, okay? Now, okay. Bank of Finland, the governor says digital euro could facilitate pan-European services to consumers. An economy dominated by digital payments, but without a strong monetary anchor, would be inherently unstable. What that means is you can't have a money, let's say like the American dollar. It's not backed by anything, really. You know, that's what they're kind of saying. The money needs to have an anchor. What XRP, XLM, and XDC They are currencies and they will be backed by things that keeps them anchored, okay? So we all know Ripple is mixed up in the European Central Bank making the EU like the digital euro project, digital pound. Ripple's all over the place with this. The European Central Bank investigation. So the European bank did an investigation on crypto and stuff. I don't have the article here, but it talks about Ripple. I mean, it's just like that. So this article isn't mentioning Ripple, but Ripple was highly praised in that European Central Bank report. They said some very good things about Ripple in there. Okay. Um, it says a digital euro would give people an additional choice about how to pay and would make it easier to do so in a digital economy. Um, it would expand the availability of digital central bank money beyond transactions between banks to include everyday peer-to-peer payments between people. So you could have your phone, I'll have my phone, I could send you $100, whatever, da da da. That's what they're trying to do, where you can send money that quick to people using a digital euro. Digitization is making financial services more efficient, but leaving them more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Earlier this month, here we go, the European Central Bank identified CBDCs, sounds like Ripple here, as the best method for cross border payments over stable coins and other cryptos. Gee, I wonder if they're talking about Ripple there, huh? They did in their last report. In the report, the European Central Bank criticized the settlement. Here we go. Listen to this one. Criticized the settlement times present in networks such as Bitcoin. I'm going to add Ethereum and other proof of work, saying that the differences in value between transfer initiation and finalization make it suitable for large sum transactions. They're just saying Bitcoin's not working. Basically what you're saying, and the other one's similar to that. Networks such as Bitcoin, think of everything proof of work, and same thing with Ethereum too. It's garbage. So I'm not going to get into this article any more than that. I just wanted you to know that they're talking about Ripple again inadvertently. Now we're going to move over to Malaysia. The title of this one. Now look, so we got a global thing going on. The Asia Pacific area from Australia out to like New Zealand and then Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and all that kind of stuff. India. That's a massive area, and Ripple's working on that, and it's growing. One of Malaysia's largest investment banks, they're going to launch a cryptocurrency application. Okay, it's called Kinaga Investment Bank. Listen to this one. And they're going to partner with the Ant Group. The Ant Group is like a Chinese, okay? Like Alibaba kind of a deal. So Malaysia now is kind of linking up with the Chinese, okay? Because in China, remember, your business is really owned by the government. So the Chinese government has its hand in everything. The Chinese government's going to have its hand in this bank selling cryptocurrencies. I highlighted here Kinaga Investment Bank, a leading private investment bank in Malaysia, has partnered with the Ant Group to launch a crypto-friendly super app. And that was reported by the FinTech News Malaysia. The super application is reported to support stock trading, robo-advisory, peer-to-peer payments, you pay your friends, financing, and cryptocurrencies. And they're going to offer a digital wallet which works with a prepaid card powered by merchant trade. So basically, In Malaysia, you're going to have your bank in your pocket. You're going to have a super application that does everything that the bank does, buys all this stuff, and then has a wallet to store it in for safety. Sounds like a good thing, but not here in America, of course. Do you see how we do it? All the shit goes on other places, but America, nope. We invent this shit, man. We invent it, and we don't even, our banks aren't even offering this. Do you hear this? How embarrassing. There's definitely like a lot of robbery and stuff going on with our government, I'll tell you. Heather Hatley, thank you. I will be back. Thanks for your donation to the channel. Appreciate that. Keith, thank you, Keith. XRP, it's not gambling when it's a sure bet. Keep it in your wallet. Well, you got that right. Absolutely. Gino, what is he saying? Heard today, Ledger Company stock is 13 cents. Got to get me some. It's going to be higher than Apple. Apple. Now we're moving over to the Philippines. Filipino. Now, I bring up the Philippines because it's a country that I think is pretty cool. It's a beautiful country. I love the food. The people that when I went there for 6 weeks were like super nice. Like not like Americans. Like these were like very nice people. Even though they were like poor, very, very poor. Like they were, it's just different. I don't want to get into it, but I'm glad that Binance is helping the Philippines on crypto regulation despite contentions with the SEC. A few weeks ago, the SEC, that's Securities and Exchange Commission, the Filipinos have their own SEC. A few weeks ago, the SEC warned Filipinos against investing in Binance. Now the exchange is helping the country regulate digital assets. Remember I read that off about the Philippines? Yelsey was listening, and that's the person I think is Filipino, and they said thank you for talking about Filipino news. What? Remember crypto bad, but now it's crypto good, crypto good, crypto good, okay? What's going on is this. I'm just going to tell you. Governments fear crypto because they fear losing control. In the Philippines, it's the same way. They were saying, oh, crypto's bad and we don't want to have companies coming in and stuff. Now, all of a sudden, if they can figure out how to make all these millions of tax dollars, man, they're like, crypto companies, come on in. All right. The Philippines Securities and Exchange Commission warned users in early August against investing with Binance. But despite their contentious relationship, the exchange is now helping. Let me repeat that. Binance is now helping the Philippine government make crypto regulations. Well, ain't that a son of a bitch, right? I mean, fuck. I just did the Philippines article 2 weeks ago, and now I have to kind of say, well, now they changed their mind. Wow, hey, I offered to go to the Philippines to teach them. Some of you guys heard me say they fly me over there, and I don't need a ton of money. Just give me some good money and some good food. I need air conditioning and clean water. That's really hard to get in the Philippines. Getting ice in the Philippines is almost impossible. And clean water is another one of those things. It's tough. The Committee on Banks, Financial Institutions, and Currencies, chaired by Senator Mark A. Villar, the Philippine Central Bank, Cagayan Economic Zone, and the SEC met with Binance, and the FinTech Alliance Philippines in a Senate hearing. Oh man, this is awesome for the Philippines, to discuss policies to regulate fintech and crypto. See, now they're coming in. All you got to do, remember, Binance got to teach the tech so that people get it. Go straight to the governments and quit fucking around. Binance is doing what they got to do. Go straight up to the top, to the Economic Zone Authority, meet with the SEC, meet with the Philippine FinTech Alliance and the Senate. Just Binance, get your ass in there and start teaching these Filipinos how they're going to get rich, okay? This is very, very positive. This is how countries get flipped. Like, bam, they take a weekend or a few days and have Binance there teach them and shit. And then like, you know what? Fuck it. We're getting into crypto. When just 2 weeks ago, we're not fucking with crypto. Now they're fucking with crypto. At the Senate hearing, Senator Sonny Angara questioned whether cease and desist orders are sufficient to curb illicit use of digital assets, especially since the fraudulent websites are available globally, according to the report. Binance's general manager says this: "We strongly believe that the crypto industry can greatly benefit the Filipino people through addressing the necessity of financial inclusion through digitization." Listen to this one. 78% of Filipinos remain unbanked. 78% of Filipinos do not have bank accounts. But crypto can help decrease that number, as crypto asset holders will soon surpass the number of credit card holders in the Philippines. So what's going on now is 78% of Filipinos don't have banks and money in the bank and shit like that. A lot of some Filipinos have credit cards. What's happening now is more Filipinos are getting more and more cryptocurrency than people have credit cards. So that they have more crypto accounts. They're getting close now to having more crypto accounts than credit cards. That's a good sign for the Philippines. The Philippines ranked 15th in Chainalysis global cryptocurrency adoption rate. That's pretty massive. Think about this. In the whole world, Philippines is ranked 15 as far as crypto adoption. It says in 2021, crypto transactions in the Philippines saw a spike of 362%. That's just in the first half of last year. These Filipinos are tearing it up. I'm going to leave that article there. Very positive. So this is what happens in poor countries. You're going to see massive crypto. That's why I'm showing you this, so you can see these little countries are so desperate. Like the minute they know about crypto and you teach the people, it's going to set off a fire. That's why Binance is there. Teach the tech, and the poor Filipinos be buying that shit up. Okay, that's how it works. Tekken Monster, thanks for your donation, regular views, and all that stuff. A toast to Crypto Hulk for being a guiding light during the darkest hour of the darkest day, when a ray once shined and a drop was rained, for setting forth a path which unto I may embrace. Oh, I have an English degree. I think somebody else might have one as well. Yes, that's the goal of this channel, to let you see very clearly how positive, like, if you just look at price, then you're like depressed. But if you look at my show, you're seeing it all happening. It's all coming together. Like, Matt, this shit wasn't happening 2.5 years ago. Nothing was, now crypto prices were higher, but if you look below the water at the iceberg, there was nothing going on. Now, like, this is big news. You got Philippines 2 weeks ago saying we're not fucking with crypto, and now they are. Because why? Binance is teaching the tech, all right? And now the Philippines are getting it. They're like, oh shit, we need this. Last article. It's about the Philippines again. Oh shit. Philippines Central Bank, they approved 2 more digital banks. So just, with Binance helping them, they're starting to see and learn. Whereas before, they're like, nope, we're not having more crypto banks opening up. But now that Binance is teaching the tech, the Philippines just opened up 2 more crypto banks. How about that? Okay. A total of 6 digital banks are now allowed to operate in the Philippines after the Banco Central ng Pilipinas issued certificates of authority to Union Digital Bank and GoTime Bank. So now they've kind of changed their tune, haven't they? Okay. All of a sudden now, after 2 weeks, they're starting to open up some of these exchanges and stuff. And they were saying they're not going to do it anymore. Oh, things changed a whole lot. We got BSB Governor Felipe Medalla earlier told Forecast News the reason for being selective in awarding licenses to digital banks was because of the market's new nascent potential as well as an ability to regulate. So it's kind of like this. They said they weren't going to have any more crypto banks. They changed their mind because crypto is so new. And once the Filipinos figured out a better way to manage the crypto with Binance showing them and teaching them, now they're like, okay, we understand this more now. We know how to better regulate it. Let's let 2 more banks in. The more they educate the Philippine government, the more crypto is going to grow like crazy in the Philippines, all right? Digital banks support the BSB's aim to digitize half of the total volume of retail payments in the country. Whoa. And onboard at least 70% of the adults in the country into formal financial system by next year. Oh my God. Yeah, 2023. Let me read this again. This is fucking massive. All of a sudden in the past 2 weeks, this is a brand new Philippines, all right? They want to like all the payments. This is so big right now. Imagine the country of the Philippines and people sending money through banking, credit cards, da 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 da. Turns out, what they want to do is digitize half of all. Like they want to make crypto half of all the payments in the Philippines by like next year. That's pretty fucking ambitious. Okay. They also want to have 70% of the Filipinos in the country linked in with crypto. That's pretty massive, okay? By 2023. So by the end of next year at the latest. That's what by 2023 is. I think something's going to happen massively next year, everybody. Like, I really do. I don't think nothing's happening this year. But I think the launch to where we really get rich, I think at some point next year, it's all looking like everything in 2023 is popping up. So that's kind of how I feel about that. I'm not going to go into any more of this article. I think I've said enough on it. We got the main point already. Let me check some comments here. Hold up. We got Bobcat 2005. Thank you, Crypto Hulk. Bobcat, no, thank you. Let's see. Wish I could figure out all the wallets and the foil bags. There's some stuff to learn, Paul. It's pretty simple. Just keep watching and learning, and it'll all make sense. Watch videos, read people's opinions. It's a massive because most Filipinos send money back home to the Philippines. I know my best friend does. Every paycheck sends like $300, $400 to the family. Because if they didn't, that family member would die because there's really no welfare in the Philippines. So, and I think, yeah, the Philippines now has XRP because when they send that money, it's bam, it's like fast. It's like really quick. Before it would take, a couple days and then it got down to a few hours. Now it's like instantly, like when they send it, like the family says, we got it already. You're like, damn, I just sent it. So pretty fucking amazing. Salarina sends a donation. Every day before the Black Swan is a blessing and an opportunity to keep prepping for what's to come. Food, water, energy, and protection. I pray everyone here is covered in the name of Jesus. God bless. So I'm trying to teach all you guys to be financially sufficient. I know things are taking a long time. I mean, but you know what? We're at the beginning of it. XRP, this is the positive part, all right? XRP is 35 cents, for God's sakes, right? If you don't have any, now's the time to get this stuff. Don't wait for a dip, even if it might or might not happen. What if it doesn't? Your XRP goes from 35 cents to $1,000. You just missed out because you were hoping it went down to 10 cents. Okay. But my goal is to teach you, we're so early still. XRP's at 34 cents or whatever. It's pretty fucking early. To accumulate XRP, figure out like, if XRP goes to $1,000, let's say, or when it does, I truly think it's going to hit 10,000 to 100,000. But so just figure out how much you need. All right. Do the math with a calculator. If it goes to 1,000, I think it's definitely going to hit 5, 10,000. Then just figure out how many you need to have to get where you want financially. You can't say, Crypto Hulk, how much should I get? I'm telling you, I don't know that number amount. Just figure out a 1 to 10,000 XRP, 1 to 10,000 bucks, and then figure out how much you want to buy and then how much you can afford. There's your answer. I can't tell you what number. Some people want to have billions. So you probably have to have, I don't know, fuck, 500,000 XRP or something. It's just, I don't know. I'm not running the numbers on that shit. I don't care. But I think anywhere if you have between, I mean, 20,000, like 5,000 XRP, like at a minimum, 5,000 would be great. Because 5,000, let me do the math. Because I know my friend's got the one that sends money back to the Philippines. He's got 5,000 XRP because I told him to. And he's also one of these people that they don't have a lot of money, but he also wanted to make a lot. So 5,000 XRP. If it goes to 10,000 a piece, my friend's got $50 million. So 5,000 XRP. Let's say it only does $1,000. That's it. You have $5 million. Not bad, 5,000 XRP, and it goes to $20,000 per XRP. You've got $100 million, and this is all with 5,000 XRP. Okay, so there you have it. Paul Rados, thanks, Paul, for your donation to the channel. Appreciate that. Hope you're learning everything that you need to. I give you guys a global view on the world to see what's going on in these different parts of the world. That's important to understand because Philippines is making massive moves right now. Once these countries get educated, they completely change their mind, right? We just did a story in the Philippines 2 weeks ago where they were kind of like hating on crypto, and now they love it. And they're allowing more banks to open up because the Philippines are getting it now from Binance. They're teaching the tech. So you're going to see massive moves in the Philippines, all right? And in other countries that are poor just like them. Heather has a question. Hope, do you think XRP will be made into a stable coin? It's going to be backed. So in a way, that's a stable coin. Like, then you got private and public stable coins or CBD. It's just XRP is going to be something that's backed by the ledger, and everything, like we just got done talking about, Colombia is tokenizing their land. Brazil tokenized their rainforest on one of the other cryptos with CeLo or something, or I can't quite, or so different block. I mean, not everything's going on the XRP ledger. I'd say like 80% of the world stuff is, but other cryptos, that are ISO compliant, or the OMFIF talks about them and gives them thumbs up. All those cryptos are going to be backed by something. So if you want to call that a stable coin or whatever, I guess it's fine. But just, I don't get into terms because I don't know what they are going to call things in the future. But because we have no definitions, we have no crypto laws, we have no so we don't know what they're going to be called because they don't exist yet. If something's not on paper in a law, it does not exist. So we are so early. You're watching a show about a cryptocurrency that doesn't even exist yet for the world. You know that? It's like it's being tested and some people use it. But what I mean is that we're so early, there's no definition. So we're talking about something that's not even around. You right? That's how early we are. Now, once we get the legislation and laws, we'll get definitions on what's a stable coin, what is staking, what is DeFi, what is this, what is that. Then when that clarity comes in, the banks come in, institutions come in, and we're so rich, it's crazy. That 5,000 XRPs you got might one day be worth $100 million. Okay. So that's kind of my answer to that. I don't know what these things are going to be called because they're going to come up with all the names. We have no idea what they're going to be called. But okay, that'll be a wrap. I think my throat is pretty much done. Where'd my channel? So the ninth sage, I referred my cousin to your channel today, Hulk. Hopefully he takes it seriously. Maybe it'll create a ripple effect in the fam. You know, each person, we have to make our own choices. So all of us like see the same thing. All right. So it's kind of, I mean, we're on the right track. I mean, we're talking about the right cryptos. We're watching things unfold all around the world. That's why sometimes we'll talk about Africa or we'll talk about Europe or something. Today was we got Malaysia, Philippines. We talked a little bit about Colombia. So this is a global kind of a deal. Crypto's global, and until we have global regulations, ain't nothing really going to happen. So we're just waiting for these regs. I think next year we're going to have regulations. I don't see the whole world taking off at once. We're going to have some slow pokes, but and some countries are going to transition. Maybe we got half the world now rolling on XRP. Maybe not. 180 countries. So maybe we got 90 ready to go. And then over the next 2 years or 3, then all the other ones, and that's maybe when it hits 10,000 bucks. See, I don't know when all this will happen. It's just whenever adoption happens, when we got every country with global regulation, when every country is using XRP, when every country tokenizes their land, this, that. I mean, this might be a process that takes a while. I mean, the SWIFT system, when XRP is used for all the money in the SWIFT system, that'll be a $10,000 XRP. That might take 2 to 3 years from now, or it could take a year. It depends on how fast all these countries get their shit together, right? So you can't predict. I can't tell you what something will be called. They're going to create all this definitions and stuff. I can't tell you when we're going to hit $10,000, $100,000. It's when everybody, all the countries are using the tech. They have to use it, not just buy it and hold it and sit around and, gee, when are we going to be rich? No, you have to use that fucking shit every day in the law field, in the medical field, in banking, in trade, in real estate. Go on and on. The more it's used and the price goes up, 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 up like that. It doesn't go down. That's the difference between like a speculative asset like a Bitcoin can go up and down. This crypto shit, the good ones, XRP, XLM, and XDC, will just keep going up, up, up every year until it hits a ceiling, and then it's pinged. It's maxed out, and because everything's tokenized, you can't tokenize anything more. There's nothing left. That's when you probably are going to see numbers like $100,000, 150,000. I mean, I don't know. It's somewhere those numbers around there. So whenever that is whenever the faster we tokenize, the faster we get rich. That's the answer. I don't have a time frame, but figure that one out. Just look around the world as you watch it. That's why we're talking about the Philippines, Malaysia. It's starting to go to the rest of the world. Now, Colombia is already tokenizing shit like property. So is Brazil. Philippines, it might be a while. Africa, it's going to be a while. So it's just, you just have to kind of go with it, and the price will come up as it's being used around the world. So that'll be it for today. We've learned quite a bit, and I'll see you in tomorrow's show. I'm going to dig for some news tomorrow. If I have a show, follow me on different social media in case this channel gets zapped. My name will be Crypto Hulk, or on Twitter it's Crypto Hulk 19. So I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Truth Social, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah, said that one. So I'm on those right there, and I'll see y'all in my next broadcast.